Hey, I got a question this morning on Lee Arnold's Income Notes course. And I want to read it. You can read it along with me, and then I'm going to address it. Okay. It says, "Hi, I watched this video and your other on rehab lending. I have a question. I know you are promoting the course. Do you think that someone can find success in this with absolutely no background in real estate in any way? And is it too saturated? Thanks in advance for your reply." All right, so what they're referring to is Income Notes, Lee Arnold's Income Notes course, and Lee Arnold's Capital Syndicate course. Income Notes is about flipping notes. Capital Syndicate is about lending money to rehabbers. So first, let me address Lee Arnold. I've known Lee Arnold for a few years. We're not buddies, but I know him. I've met him. We've engaged at mastermind events that we were both invited to and things like that. Lee is the ultimate professional. Lee's been in the lending game for quite a while, and he really has like one of those rag to riches stories, right? He wasn't born a rich guy or anything like that, and he is a self-made success because he works hard and he's smart and he does what he has to do. Okay, his company Kogo Capital is referred by these big companies that do these self-directed IRAs. They recommend Lee Arnold's company to invest money in. These big IRAs wouldn't do that if Lee was in any way, shape, or form not legit. So Lee personally is legit. Okay, now let's talk about his courses. Income Notes and Capital Syndicate. They are very in-depth courses. The first time I went through the Capital Syndicate, just reviewing it, I thought, damn, there's a lot of information in here. Wow, this is good, valuable content. The problem with the course and the problem with both of them is that people might not go through them all. People have this habit of just obsessively buying courses, and then they do like 2 modules of it, and then they don't read any more of it. And they don't implement it. They don't even finish it, right? And if that's your intent, and I tell people this all the time, don't buy it. Right? If you're just buying it to collect courses, to put in another, folder of courses that you haven't gone through, then don't waste some money. I mean, it's only $97, but it's still $97 that you shouldn't waste. But if you plan on going through it, either of them, Income Notes or Capital Syndicate, it is the best education on either of those topics that you'll ever get for $97. It's money. Both of them should be valued at $1,000 because there's that much content in it, right? So the quality of the courses, both of them are insanely good. Okay. Thirdly, is it too saturated? No, because like I just said, people buy these courses obsessively and then don't do anything with it. Lee Arnold has a company that people give Lee their money and they say, hey, invest this money and give me a good return. So the things that Lee does with that money are loans it to people doing rehabs, right? And then charges them interest for that money. And then, they give the money back and they make money, or they invest it in notes, right? And they can make money buying notes. That's why Lee came up with these courses, because he needs more coming in, right? He wants to train you to find rehab deals or notes. And then you bring the deals to him, or anywhere else. You can take them wherever you wanted to, but Lee pays good money for them. And that's how he makes money, right? The business is big. There are just tens, if not hundreds of thousands of people getting private money loans, right? So is the market too saturated? Absolutely not. It reminds me of years ago when I sold forklifts. And my wife was always worried that there weren't going to be enough people buying forklifts. She's like, what happens when you sell everybody a forklift? And I said, they're going to keep wearing them out. They're going to keep needing them. Same with private money. What happens when, all the people have private money? Well, they're never done needing private money, right? There's always new investors, and there's always people switching from one private money person to another because they don't that like that person, or the person doesn't follow up or whatever, and it can be you. Right? Same with notes, right? A note is a mortgage that somebody's holding personally, right? They sell their house to somebody, and instead of that person going and getting a mortgage, the person selling it says, you know what, I'll hold the mortgage, I'll hold that note, and you just pay me. And then eventually, they might decide that they don't want to hold that note for 20 years or 30 years, so they'll sell it, right? They're like, I need to get the money for it now. I don't want to wait 30 years to get my money. So they'll sell it. And there'll always be those kind of customers, all right? So is it too saturated? No, it's not. There's a lot of people talking about stuff. There's a lot of people talking about wholesaling and private money lending and all that. But there's not a lot of people that actually take action and do it. All right. Can you do this with absolutely no experience in real estate? You absolutely can. Neither of them are like so complex that you can't wrap your head around it. And when I talk about the quality of the course, because it really just walks you through, starting with the basics, and just explains to it in layman terms what you're doing, right? With like the private money lending, you're going out and finding people that are buying houses and rehabbing them and saying, hey, do you need more money? Right? We lend money on this. Do you need money? And then there's like a simple form to fill out, and just to make sure that they qualify for it. Some paperwork to get, and you're done. Right? With notes, it's the same thing. It's just a couple pieces of paperwork you're filling out, and then to secure it. Right? It's like kind of like a purchase agreement, but you're doing a form to secure it, and then you're assigning it. Essentially, you're selling it. Right? But both of them are easy to grasp and easy to do, but you have to put in the effort of going through the course and learning the course, and then implementing what they tell you. I've been thinking about making a video on just people, buying courses and not finishing them, because I'll see people get online and not necessarily Lee's course. Lee's got like a 4.6 or 4.8 star out of 5-star review with Trustpilot and stuff. Lee's a class act. There's a lot of courses out there people talk bad about, like, oh, this guy, I spent money on this course and it didn't work for me, right? And then they badmouth the course creator. It's not the course creator, it's them. They didn't do it, right? They didn't put it into action. They didn't finish the course. They didn't implement it. And then they want to blame somebody else because they failed, right? I didn't do what I'm supposed to do, but I'm going to blame the guy that I paid $97 for a course for that had a money back guarantee, right? So like, what are you doing, right? You didn't like the course, get your money back. But the people complain because they don't put it into action, and they didn't magically get money falling from the sky because they didn't do anything, right? It doesn't make any sense. So lastly, and I just brought that up, but lastly about Lee's courses with Income Notes and with Capital Syndicate. If you do the course and do what he says and go out and get a deal, right? Get a note, get a rehab deal or whatever within 6 months, so he knows you're taking action, he actually gives you the money back for the course, right? So the course essentially costs you nothing as long as you do it, as long as you put it into action. I mean, it's only $100 and you're going to make thousands on a note or on on the note business or on rehab loans, right? So it's only, $97 in this, the whole, scheme of things, but he gives you that back as long as you take action and go do a deal. So long-winded answer to your question, but yes, you can do this. Yes, if you have no experience, you can do this. The courses lay it out so you can understand it, you can do it. They have communities you can get in and ask questions. You can reach out to them and ask questions once you're doing this, right? Is it too saturated? No, it's not, right? You can do this and it's not too saturated, okay? So I promote these courses, right? And yeah, I make some affiliate commissions on it. but I'm promoting it because I believe in Lee and I believe in this business, right? I believe in the real estate business. More people become millionaires and financially independent from real estate than anything else, right? You hear about people that are, get their mega million sports contracts and, things like that. But talking as a whole, there's way more people that have become financially secure from real estate than anything else. So that's why I talk about it. That's why I find good programs to put out here for all you guys to look at and to join and to help with your success. So hope that answers your question, and I will talk to all you guys soon.